All right, so some people say, I'm going to work today because I want to make money, or I'm starting a freight broker business to make money. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a big part of it, but it's more to it than that. You want the money for a reason. You want the money because you want to do something with the money. The question is, the money that you make, does it have responsibilities? Does it have chores? Does it have an assignment, a mission? Does it have a job? I'm one of those business owners that believes that money has to earn its keep. It has some responsibilities, it has some chores, it has a job to do. And it's up to me to employ those dollars, up to me to provide them with the direction and guidance that they need to go and do the things that they need to do. So with that said, there needs to be a certain amount of money, I believe, that you should keep on hand in your business. And then there's a certain amount of money that we got to put out to go to work to make more dollars. So what we're going to talk about in this video today is how much money a freight brokerage that's earning $100,000 per year needs on hand to operate efficiently. Because we have to face this fact. If I have too many excess dollars on a month in and month out basis left in my business, those dollars are not working. Some people say that's my just in case money. There's nothing wrong with having just in case money. But as a CFO of your business, you have to be able to plan for your dollars a little bit better than that. Yes, we should have some emergency dollars on hand, but to have excess dollars, surplus dollars in the business checking account every month that's not working may not be the very best thing for you and your business, because the whole idea is to have those dollars working. Do we need an emergency fund? Of course you do, but that's going to be X amount of dollars. After that, then it's about getting the rest of those dollars working. So if you're earning $100,000 per year in your freight broker business, I'm getting ready to tell you now how much you need to maintain in that business checking account every single month. So come on in, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Now let's get into the business. All right, now, so as you make more money, you start to have a different set of problems. You know, they say more money, more problems. And that's definitely true. When I started making $100,000 per year, that's when my CPA pulled me in behind the closed door meeting. And one of the first things that we started to talk about was, how much would I take in salary? Now, automatically we think that if we're taking a salary, we want to take a big salary, but not in the case of a business owner. A business owner is not seeking necessarily a big salary, especially on $100,000, because the less salary I take, the less taxes I pay. And yes, decreased taxes means decreased operating expenses, which frees up more money to improve the business and to take out of the business for other investments. So now, how much do you need on hand? How much do you think is a good number for you as a business owner to have on hand? Well, I personally think that's a personal decision. You have to decide what you're comfortable with as a business owner. Me personally, I think a good number to start with, if you're making $100,000, is between $4,000 per month and $8,000 per month. The $8,000 per month, I will have that amount in there at the first part of the month when it's time to pay payroll taxes, quarterly taxes, things like that. I want to have that money in there at the first part of the month. And then as the month continues, I don't want to get lower than $4,000. Now, why $4,000? Well, you're probably still in the process of factoring your loads. And when you're factoring your loads, sometimes you're not going to want to factor all of your loads. So I would keep $4,000 in just in case there were some loads that I wanted to factor that I can get an upside on by going ahead and saying, hey, I'm not going to send it to the factoring company. I can take care of this one myself and not have to worry about paying the fee. And throughout the month, anytime the business funds exceeds $4,000, I'm taking the surplus off the top and using it for other investments. For me, what I like is real estate, cryptocurrency, and of course, my number one, stock market. And as we said earlier, this is not a one-size-fits-all. These numbers may be numbers that you can work with, but I would suggest starting out with these numbers if you don't already have something in place that you're doing, and then making adjustments based on your personal situation. Because my situation is probably a little bit different from yours. We're different businesses, different business owners, different methodologies. So what I would like for you to do is just start there. And then start to adjust a number based off of your needs, because your business expenses may be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower than mine. How much you're paying yourself could be higher, could be lower than mine. Your payroll taxes, higher or lower. So you want to take a look at this and decide what's the best option for you based on your situation. And the really good part about this is that you don't make these decisions on your own. You're not just going out and saying, hey, I'm going to pay myself X amount of dollars. I'm going to pay my X amount in taxes. Your CPA is going to help guide you in these decisions. At the end of the day, deciding how much money you're going to keep on hand in your business is a wonderful problem to have. Because if you have that problem, that means you've advanced your business to the point where you're better than average. The average business earns about $73,000 a year. So if you're earning $100,000 per year, then pat yourself on the back. You are better than average small business owner. And if you're just starting to get your business off of the ground, say you're only making $10,000 per year, that's still something that you want to give yourself a big pat on your back, because not many people can take a business from nothing and turn it into something. And if you've made $10,000, that means that you have a blueprint in place where you can make $10,000. So that means that you can improve your processes, improve your procedures, and make an additional $10,000. And last but not least, please don't misunderstand this message. I'm not saying to take all of the money out of the business. There has to be a balance. You have to keep some of the money into the business so that you can grow the business. The business is the golden goose. So we want to make sure that we are giving it what it needs so that it can continue to produce. Because I want you to think about something really quick here. There's a double benefit to putting money back into the business, to improving the business. Number one, you get to improve the business. Number two, you get to write that amount off because it's going toward the expenses of the business. And just in case you thought I forgot, I saw that we've almost hit the 100 comment requirement on our last video. And if we met that requirement, the 100 comments, I told you that I would share my rates with you. I'm a man of my word. I will honor my word and do what I said that I would do. So in our next video, assuming that we get the additional 10 comments I think it is that we need, I will be sharing my rates with you in the next video. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you want to learn more about the freight broker business, I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can sign up for my free 5-video series titled How the Load Movement Process Works. It'll give you a chance to come into my office with me and watch me move loads, talk to shippers, talk to carriers. That way you can get a really good idea of how it works before you decide to come into it. And one more free gift. Just in case you want to know how freight brokers actually use a load board to move their loads, check out this free tutorial. Until the next time, see you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.